Well, it's been a while. Little throwback Thursday to throwing it back to when I used to do commission notes on a regular. Well, guys, it's been a weird season. I'll be the first to tell you. I haven't fully been feeling it. Um, I just haven't get off work late, and I don't feel like actually coming home and doing a write up to do for the commission note. So for that, I apologize. You're getting one this week, though, um, amongst popular demand. So, you know what? Let's get into the nitty gritty. I'm gonna do a little different. I'm not gonna take too long on this. Uh, it'd make a lot to try to you know, catch up. I guess if I backtrack, 8 weeks or whatever the hell it's been. So I'm gonna start off by just telling you the current standings after week 10. All right, numero uno on the list. That's Blanco's Culinary School, followed by that's Brian. If you didn't know, followed by I don't even. I mean, Ravi is just playing games at this point. It's a little Ravi Panchal matchup. We got TI-84 is Panchal and TI-83 plus. So they're living large and in charge. You asked me what that means. I'll tell you really quick. I have no clue. Do I want to look it up? No, I don't care because it's probably funny to them. And if it's funny to them, works for me. But Ravi, newcomer to the league, sitting at 8-2 as well. Those are the only two people at 8-2. He's in second place. Man, we all know by the name of Snowman. Yep, that's Mr. Matt Gurfs. The Gurvity Swervity. Sitting at 7-3. And then Jay Nash, 7-3 in fourth place. Myself, fifth place. I don't know how. Then you got Luis, the White Pope. And let me comment on this name. He drafted Christian McCaffrey. I am a firm believer he's officially the actual Pope at this point, or he's a demigod, or he's Zeus himself. I don't know. Christian McCaffrey, the most unbelievable player known to mankind. He's a rock star. He's a legend. I mean, he's everything you want as a fantasy person. Boom. There it is. That's who you want as your guy. After him, you have D Killers, a.k.a. Deliva. I hate the team name still. I have not had that grown on me at all season. You have been DeKillers from the time you were a peepsqueak till the time you're going to be in your fucking grave. You're DeKillers, and that's it, okay? Darshan, fix your shit. But he's in seventh place at 5-5. Him and Louise are both 5-5. And then we got Hooper Pooper Scooper. Great team name. Not gonna lie. First time I saw it, got a kick out of it. I support you keeping that team name. So you have him rounding up the top 8 seeds at the moment, current playoff seeding, and that is our boy Big Search. Now we have 3 guys still left to go. I said 3. You have 9th place, you have DJ. If you are ever curious or bored or lonely, just go to his team. You click here for porn. Click here for porn. There you go. And then you have, and he's at 3-7. Another 3-7 team. That is Ponchal, Mr. TI-84. And then you have AK 2020. I'm gonna vote for you. I got my ballot stubs ready to go. I'm excited. I love it. Oh my gosh. That's my Tommy Boy impersonation. If you didn't know, you should look up that movie. All sitting at 3-7. That's 9, 10, and 11 on the seating. And then you have James. James, you're 1-9. What the fuck? That's what I have to say to you. You're 1-9, my guy. 1-9. You beautiful, beautiful human being. Yeah, you're eliminated from the playoff contention. It is what it is. So that's a thing. Anyway, I'm gonna get into the not the playoffs, but the matchups from this week. I'm just gonna go down the list as my phone shows fit. So first one up, obviously, since the app, it's going to show my matchup first. So, yeah, myself versus DJ, clicker for porn. Came up a little short in this one, as trade bait got the best of them. Trade bait, little hook, line, and sinker. You know what I'm saying? For my team, I'll start there. I had to find a way to navigate through Deshaun Watson missing, being a bye week, Zach Ertz on a bye week, whatever. I did something that I never thought I'd do, and it almost cost me severely this week. So, first thing I'm going to say is I picked up Josh Allen, solid 25 points. I'll accept that. That was probably my nice thing, and then my top waiver pick, that of Baltimore defense. Baltimore defense put up a smooth 27 points. I loved it from them. But here's what I was going to comment. A year ago, week 1, I played AK, and some piece of shit wide receiver by the name of Robbie Anderson murdered me by on Monday Night Football catching one catch for 51 yards and a touchdown. I lost that week by 2 points. It was a blast. I decided at that moment in my life that I would never own that player in my life. From that point moving forward, I would not touch him. I would not act like I was going to want him. I hated the man. Well, here I am, X amount of weeks later, a year or so, whatever. And he's going up against the New York Giants, who absolutely blow. If you're a wide receiver, you should catch probably at least 6 passes. You should have at least 70 yards. And it's kind of disappointing if you don't get a touchdown. I just have a Norton security thing pop up on my screen. Let me exit out that bad boy real quick. Well, the guy sucks. He caught 1 pass for 11 yards. And the worst part about this, I dropped this guy named Darius Slayton for him. Darius Slayton, he had 4 yards the week before. So he's an easy cut, right? Well, he had a career day for DJ, who picked him up. 2 catches. What do you have? 2 touchdowns? Let's see. I'm just going to look at the stats. 27 points. He had 10 catches, 121 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Come again? That was the highlight for DJ's team, no doubt. Him and Patrick Mahomes. Look, Patrick Mahomes put up nearly 40. Not even going to lie to you. I went into this week 100% expecting him to drop a smooth 35 minimum right there. So, and I know DJ's hating this season, but I am not counting the guy out. Team's going to get healthy. Mahomes is officially back. They're going to have to win games for them to really secure themselves in the playoff. And that's a little dark horse that's currently not in the playoff picture that I think has a chance to do so. Final score, 117.44 to 109.94. Next matchup on the docket, we have, knock on wood if you're with me, get your stupid Hard Knocks name out of here, you bum, versus Ponchal. And I don't remember what his team name was last week. So, yeah. In this one, you had literally the entirety almost beat him by himself. This is a blowout. Absolute blowout. 186.86 for J Nash to 87.32 for Ponchal. Almost a 100-point difference. Just big time yikes. Kyler Murray and Christian Kirk, they decided, you know what we're going to do? And they discussed it. They discussed it before the games tipped off and everything. And they said, you know what? Let's absolutely shove our fist straight down Ponchal's throats. That's what they did. They put up nearly as much as Ponchal's entire team did as a duo. Absolutely annihilated him. Obviously got performances elsewhere. You pour 186.62 points down. You had yourself a week. J Nash, you were on the lower end of point totals, okay? And you literally just got everything kind of back to making up ground big time there. For Ponchal's team, yeah, he just didn't have a week. I mean, Winston put up 23 points, but was overshadowed by Kyler Murray. I mean, I guess I don't even know where to say here. OJ Howard had a decent game, 10.7 points. OJ Howard's been on a very disappointing season. Can he bounce back? Will he? I don't know. But he did for this week. So let's see if that's a trend moving forward. The next matchup, we're going to go with Hooper Pooper Scooper versus AK 2020. This is an upset here. AK really kind of writing off the season, sitting on 2 wins going into this week, pulls out the victory in a very low-scoring affair. 85.8 gets the win over Sergio's 80.92. All right, so I mean, really low-scoring game. For AK, my favorite start of the entire week, starting a man who sees ghosts, right? Sam Darnold, 23.7 points, just racking it up. Well, for him. And then the second biggest contribution for his team was definitely David Johnson, getting him a -1 points to kind of narrow the gap a little bit there. That was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. What happened to David Johnson? I have no idea. I did see a missing persons report, and also like on like the milk cartons, they have a picture of him, because like teams are looking for him because he's missing in action. It's bad. And then for Sergio, the butt kicker, I will always talk about him because I absolutely love the kicker himself. Harrison Butker, 15 points. He's a rock star. If you don't like it, I don't like you. That's what I have to say. Okay. All right. And then we're going to go to the next matchup. We got the first place team. That's Bryant versus Luis. This final score was 129.8 to 98.78 in favor of the top dog, and dog pun intended there for Blanco's Culinary School. In this one, well, he was led by his 2 running backs. Dalvin Cook put up 24 plus, and then Derrick Henry had himself a day, putting up 34.1 points. Derrick Henry on the day. Let me just break this down for you against Kansas City. And I cannot stress this enough. Kansas City cannot stop a running back if their life depended on it. 23 rushing attempts, 188 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, and then big time 2 catches for 3 yards. Woo! Talk about big production, right? So that's a thing. And yeah, this one was secured away there. For Luis's team, I mean, I already talked about the guy himself. Another smooth 23 points. He put up 20. Okay, let me put this in perspective. Christian McCaffrey put up 23 points and did not reach his projected total for the week. He came in projected 24.68 points. I mean, just that's wild, and yet 100% an active, or like not an active, but an accurate representation of how good he's been. At the moment, he's definitely submitted himself in my eyes as an MVP finalist. The ones I think I'm leaning towards at the moment, I'm gonna go with Lamar Jackson, boom. And then I'm gonna go with Christian McCaffrey. Those are probably my top 2 at the moment. Other than them, I mean, I guess cases can be made for Russell Westbrook. Jesus, man. Russell Wilson as an option. Deshaun Watson is another potential option. But I think those 2 are my top dogs currently battling for MVP in my eyes. Next up, we're going to go to well, you played James, so you got to win. But you got Mr. Ravi putting out a smooth 116.58 to James's 89.82. Big positive here for James. He beat his projection for the week. So round of applause. You know what? I'm going to show you something because I got this from a coworker. This is a nice little coin, okay? You might not be able to see it. On this side, it has a girl kind of just expressing her tatas. And it says, heads I win. And on the other side, it shows an ass. And it says, tails you lose. Yeah. This is basically the coin that decides all of James's matchups. And his opponent flips the coin. So the opponent either wins or James loses. Those are the only 2 options every week. I'm going to put my coin down now. I dropped it. Where was I? Anyway, you got guys doing things. There's no one big breakout guy, but enough solid production across the board for Ravi. 16 from Jacobs, 15 from Chubb, 14 from Adams, who's finally back. So I mean, he's got production. Galladay 11 points. I mean, it's not like anything big. Mixon, I guess, would be probably my biggest guess. He put up 18.1 against Baltimore, so that's my Chipotle trying to let free again, I guess. In a game they got absolutely blown out. Cincinnati said, you know what, screw it. Their head coach actually has Mixon on his fantasy team, so he fed him the rock. That was fun. And then for James, he started Jared Goff. He got him 3 points. What else? Oh, he started LaShawn McCoy. He got him 0. That was fun. But he didn't play. He was scheduled not to play. So this thing on, let me see here. Edit your lineup! Okay, and last matchup we have Darshawn Dakillis versus Mr. Snowman himself. Well, this game was a 20-point difference in score. I don't know, difference here. The spread was actually set to be a favor of Darshawn, but his team had other plans. Cooper Kupp, absolute goose egg. It was a blast. Barkley, literally probably the worst game I think I've ever seen Barkley play in his life. Will he bounce back, next time he's on the field? I totally expect it. 100%. Because he's a rock star. For the highlights here for his team, we're going to go with Golden Tate. Somebody that was another New York receiver. I mean, him and Slayton, they just absolutely tore the Jets apart. So he put 19.5 up. That's the highlight for him. But for Matt's team, the other guy I mentioned for potential MVP, guy that is absolutely just fun to watch. I'll tell us 10 times over, Baltimore is my favorite team to watch just for the sheer excitement level that comes with any potential play, offense, defense. It doesn't even matter. They got Marcus Peters too, so it's they can pick six, bring one to the house at any moment on defense as well as an offense. They got so much speed and different play setups. I mean, look at their Heisman package, right? They got 3 Heismans. You got Robert Griffin III, Mark Ingram, and then obviously Lamar Jackson. I mean, that's the first time that's ever been done in NFL history. So that's kind of cool to say. But he dropped 40 points basically, and then San Fran defense on Monday Night Football put up 19 to kind of help 100% cement this game away as a win for Matt. So that's your matchups for the week. There's a few matchups in this week 11 that I want to talk about that are going to come into play really big. So kind of fighting at the top of the standings here. There's a 2 versus a 3, but Ravi has bye weeks and stuff, so it's kind of a little mixed up here between Ravi and Matt. So that's not really the big one I was looking at, but one that I think has a decent amount of playoff kind of. Well, there's 2, but 2 that have a lot of playoff contention capabilities because the ranking of guys in the middle. You have Ponchal versus Darshawn. That's 7 for Darshawn versus 10. That could swing a couple things, right? DJ plays James, so DJ should win. And another one that I think is a key one to watch is and I'm kind of focusing on that 7, 8, 9, 10, that grouping, right? So my matchup versus Sergio. Sergio sitting in 8th, obviously. He's holding that last spot for the playoffs. So those teams right below him are curious to see what happens with his matchups. If he takes an L, it really opens the door for those teams that are just on the outside looking in. We'll see how that pans out. A few things I want to say. If you don't know this already, I'm going to tell you. Because, AK, I love you, and I will always stand by you. And there's one thing I need to tell you. How about them Mavs? Because guess what, everybody? Luka Doncic is that motherfucking dude. He is that dude, and we're talking a different sport. And why are we talking a different sport? Because it is that important. We have an absolute bona fide superstar in the making right before our eyes. I love every minute of it. Jane Ash is over here saying, "Oh my God, make your free throws! You gotta make your free throws. We're losing games. We're missing free throws." Jane Ash, you know what? You're right. We need to get better at free throws. For the Cowboys, I know we're kind of like hit or miss. Jason Garrett potentially getting fired, rumblings. That's exciting. If you don't think that's exciting, I mean, come on. That's the best part of the season so far for me is that we're actually considering firing Jason Garrett. I'm not going to lie. We fire him. I might be the first person you see on I-20 streaking. I'm just talking. I'm taking my shirt off. I'm waving that mug. Yeah, I'm going to take my fucking horse down Old Town Road. But yeah. VR, I absolutely love you. The odds are not in because the odds machine broke about 17 weeks ago. So I'm gonna go with everyone at a 1-to-1 odds because I don't give a fuck except for you, James. James, you were at like 1 to kajillion odds to win the fucking title this year. Everyone else, you're in it. The points are not super disparate, so anyone can make a straight push to the playoffs in the last few weeks. It's win or go home for some of these teams at the like that 9, 10, 11 spot. You need to win or get like a 2-game winning streak. You get that, you have a potential chance to slip into the playoffs. And I'll say this every single season. It does not matter if you are 10-3 when it's all said and done, or if you are 5-8 and just find a way in the playoffs. Why does that not matter? Let me tell you why. Because in VR, the spot that wins the most titles in our entire league history comes from the last spot in the playoffs. Why? Because there is no such thing as, oh no, the best team is going to win it all. No, there's a VR curse. The number 1 seed never wins the fucking title, and it's going to stay that way. So for y'all at the top, just know if you find yourself at the end, at numero uno, at the regular season, you're not cashing out and getting a title. And that's a fact. That's a couch fact. And I'm laying it down. VR13, I love you. If you don't love me, we need to work on that because you should, because I love you. I'm out, and I'm going to go ahead and watch this Stars game. Later, guys.